Morning, my true crime lovelies. How are you? I hope you are well. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I fell asleep with my clothes on, so we're gonna go with this. I wanted to get this video out. It's like 2 days after I thought I was gonna do it. Sarah filed a motion to understand. You heard that right. To understand. It is the ultimate dry begging, and that's another phrase that I've been using. It's a narc term. I think I'll do a separate video because a lot of you guys were grateful for the flying monkey video. I don't know why. I guess it's all my therapy and YouTubing. I thought people knew, but I'm so glad that I made that video. This is the ultimate letter in dry begging, and it'll make more sense when we have the dry begging video, but just I'll explain why I think it is. First of all, she's one of the most vitriolic people on the planet. She's asking for something without asking for something, right? She is in her predicament, as she likes to call it, because of her own actions. She is in prison because she locked her boyfriend in a suitcase and refused to let him out. For whatever reason, if you believe she's innocent or guilty, she's been convicted of it. She admitted that she did it. She came in with mitigating circumstances and claimed it was self defense, and the jury did not buy it. So she's there of her own volition. But yet she writes this letter and tries to make it the judge's problem, right? She lists out all the difficulties that she's having, and she's asking for the judge to understand. Like a judge doesn't understand why you are in prison. I think it is ridiculous, but I'm going to find the funny in the ridiculous because we're going to be moving on from Sarah Boone soon, and she can just dance off into oblivion. Because it occurred to me, the more I talk to her, the more the monkeys have a reason to fly, or talk about her. Did I say to her? The more the monkeys have a reason to fly. I mean, they're going to continue flying for her anyway because she's got stuff going on until the family court is over. And they'll probably fly for a little while after that. But I think I'm tired of them flying my way. Some of them accused me, not even accused me of being a flying monkey. They just called me a monkey, which they're pretending that they're referring to it as a flying monkey because apparently it gives them great joy to call a Black woman a monkey, even though I have none of the traits of a flying monkey. So yeah, we're gonna move on from them. But in the meantime, we're gonna go out laughing at Sarah Boone because she is, as she likes to say, ridiculous. Don't write her and tell her that it's wrong because she's going to give you five definitions where somewhere it's spelled RED. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? This is dated 5:30. I think I'm blocking the top of it, but it's filed 5:30. It was provided to Lowell Correctional Work Camp on May 19th, but it did not make it to the court until the 30th, which was a day after her court date. But we talked about it in the minutes because it said the judge agreed to accept it even though it was late, right? There was a motion about that. So there'll be a separate video about her other motions that I'm going to call vexatious motions, but we're going to laugh a little bit at a time today. So it's got all the regular accoutrements. She's the respondent. The full title, Motion for Court to Understand Respondent's Predicament regarding her financial affidavit and accept handwritten document being mailed in the meantime of actual received formally. So I think what all that word salad means is I'm sending you this written financial affidavit. It's coming soon. I don't know why it's not here instead of this one, but it's coming soon. Please accept it. It's going to be handwritten in the meantime of actual received formally, which I think she means she's actually going to send it in properly. The formally part is what is leading me to believe that. But instead of just saying in the interim of sending the actual, she sent all of this word salad. Comes now, pro se respondent Sarah K. Boone, and respectfully requests that this honorable court understand her predicament of being incarcerated. Like, she's a judge. She gets being incarcerated. She's a family court judge, but she understands the concept of sending people to prison and the extreme difficulties contained therein, all by your own doing, ma'am. As she has made the court aware previously in other motions for this, her financial affidavit being submitted to the court as ordered. More word salad, right? So the made the court aware previously is the dry begging. She's laying on the guilt so that the judge feels some sort of obligation about her predicament, right? That's why she's asking for understanding. She's asking for pity. She wants the judge to pity her because that she put her boyfriend in a suitcase and left him there to die. I mean, she's mentioned it before that she's still in that same predicament. Until the respondent has the ability to formally and properly submit this document, she is asking for the court's understanding and submits the following information for application of. So it's already late because I want to show you guys this other really quick, the document, the Boone v. Boone. I wrote the family court date. So her disclosures were due on May 5th. Brian got his in, she did not. Financial affidavit was due on May 20th. So this other one, she gives to the prison on the 19th, right? The day before that it's due, and it's not the actual document. So we saw what the financial document looked like because we went over Brian several times. And much to the chagrin of many non-lovelies. And for me, it's just as simple as one of her flying monkeys could have downloaded that form, right? It's just a straight up form. There's a form number at the bottom. Google the form number, talked to Sarah on the phone and completed it and then sent it in. And it could be without signature. She could have sent in a separate note of like, I cannot sign the actual document because they're not able to get it to me, whatever it is, right? In lieu of. But she didn't do that. Instead, she wrote this, feel sorry for me. Understand, I'm a murderer who can't accept responsibility for anything. So until she can figure that out, right? Because that's eventually what's going to happen unless she gets a lawyer. She's not going to be able to sign that actual form because her whatever gets sent to her is going through the tablet. I don't think the judge would hold that against her. This is held against her because this is silly. The respondent has no access or ability to print this document. That's why you have someone on the outside do it. In hopes of doing so, she has made the following communication and attempts with. Then she goes through all of these people that she's reached out to, everybody but one of her people on the outside. And the judge knows she has people on the outside because her other motions have been typed. So whoever is typing that, Peter and Nicole, you... And I say that because Peter had his name and email address on all those because I have to redact all these documents on whatever he sent to Brian's attorney, right? And told them to correspond with him. So why couldn't Peter Gunthel talk to you on the phone and fill out that financial form and mail it in for you? But instead of doing that, she's spending time talking to the DOC officers of her housing dorm, the supervisors of her unit as a whole, the classifications officers, which why would they be able to help? Like they determined that she was meant to be in close custody, but what do they have to do with this? Like, are you asking them to change the rules for you? Is that why you're reaching out to them? Because the rules are the rules. I know you're not familiar with them, Sarah, but the rules are the rules. The warden of the compound overall, clerks, in the law library, the manager. This just seems silly, right? 2, respondent sent a handwritten letter to the clerk of courts requesting this family law document on April 11th, 2025, with no response or form to date. Why didn't Peter or Nicole contact the clerk? Ring, just call and ask for the form or Google the form. Number 3, outside resources on respondent's behalf sent an email. Okay, so maybe this is Peter and Nicole to the clerk of courts for this also with no response. Another email was sent May 12th, 2025. I mean, worst case scenario, they could have taken the form that Brian sent in. We all looked at it and used whiteout. Do they make whiteout sticks still? Like the last time I used whiteout, they did the little tape. Or get like a PDF reader, upload it there, and then just put a white strip across there, print it out, and then take note. You don't even have to print it out at that point. You could take the notes of what Sarah's answers are, put them over the what was covered, and send it in. I don't understand like how this is so confusing. 4, as recorded in a previous motion by respondent, here we go with the guilt, for court-appointed counsel, which was denied. The judge remembers that she denied that ridiculous motion. No paperwork can be received by an inmate except from an attorney or the court directly. So your friends could have gone down to the court and maybe paid a fee for them to get it there. Now, I know Peter is not in New York. Where's Nicole? Rhode Island? Where's Christina? Maybe I think Christina might be out of the state. Someone, your brother, this is directly related to your interpersonal relationships, that you don't have one person in the state of Florida that can go down to this clerk's office for you or peruse the website for you. She has multiple third-party resources who are able to send to her, but is restricted by DOC to receive, and in which counsel could send on her behalf, which she does not have. So twice she's mentioned that she doesn't have counsel. Whose fault is that? Is that the judge's fault? No. What happened to the Delapines, Peter and Julian, getting you that lawyer, Omara? Oh, that's right. He said bad things about you on court TV. Probably not coming to your rescue.
We sit down with expert defense attorney Mark O'Mara.
Well, it's her. Obviously it's her and not the attorneys. Plan on popcorn because it's going to be a trial to watch.
Said you were a problem, not Trish. 5, respondents' delay in sending this motion for awareness. Just so you know why. The delay is due to the time lag response by all aforementioned parties she has contacted. Oh, excuse me. Bless me. She is contacted to complete the court's order for this document. She's still waiting for responses, but wanted to show good faith effort in updating the court. This is not good faith effort because you're asking all of these people to change the rules for you, which there's no reason for them to do that. So what you were doing was wasting time, stalling, like we saw in your text messages when you couldn't call Owens, when you couldn't get your discovery looked at. It's a pattern, ma'am. You don't know how to prioritize. The respondent's handwritten financial affidavit document information is being mailed on Monday, May 19th via legal mail. So this looks like it's being mailed at the same time, or at least I'm thinking since she handed this over to DOC on the 19th. Did she date it herself? I don't think she did. Sorry, guys, I'm going to scroll. Yeah, it doesn't have a separate date. Maybe at the bottom. Because I feel like when the attorneys do it, they put a date on it. But I could be misremembering. Like I said, it's early in the morning. You guys let me know what you think. Wherefore, respondent has exhausted her means of production of this actual and physical document as ordered for her family law case, and respectfully request. I wonder if she could have called the judge's judicial assistant or had someone call the JA for that court and asked about it. It seems like she went every way but the right way. and respectfully request that this honorable court understand, again, begging, her predicament in not receiving. Understand that she put her boyfriend in a suitcase and was convicted of murder and is serving life without parole and has no local friends to help her. How is that the court's problem? Her handwritten document via USPS. Aren't all of her documents? Oh, I guess not, that when Peter was helping her, they were sent electronically. So yeah, they're going through regular mail. Containing the information to be used and reviewed as necessary and by whom needed. Just a whole sentence that she could have just said, and accept her handwritten document, period, full stop. They're going to know it's coming in the mail because you said that earlier, didn't you? It's being mailed. Yeah, it's not being sent electronically. It's being mailed. I think she thinks the extra words make her look smarter without realizing they just actually make her look inexperienced, which is weird at her age. It's just too much. I would expect this from like a 20-year-old who didn't go to university, whose parents didn't teach her about business, and they think, oh, let's put in a whole bunch of words. Again, wasting time because this is all by hand. Once the respondent has the ability to print, complete, and send the physical document. So she's leaving this out here because this is something she's claiming to not have control over, and she's asking the judge to just go with it. Not the judge's problem about your ability to print, complete. Like, do you know how many cases the judge has to deal with? If every single person from every single case wrote up BS like that, the judge wouldn't get any work done. But she, for somehow, thinks she's magical and golden, and an exception should be made for her, for our special Sarah. I'm beginning to think it's special as in the tiny bus special, the little bus. She will do so immediately. She is also still waiting to receive a response from the clerk's office and or this financial affidavit form in the mail to forward to the court upon expedited completion. Oh my God. Just say, as soon as I figure out how to get one and get it to you, I'll do it. You don't even have to say that. Just, it doesn't, this whole paragraph does not need to be here. If you send it in written, she has the data. Brian Boone and his lawyer have the data. Okay, she did put the date, the 19th day of May. So maybe she got up early and then handed it over to whomever it needed to be handed over to. Please hold. So in case there are any of you who are feeling like I'm being harsh on Sarah, I'm going to show you this. I Googled, actually I should go back so you can see exactly what I Googled. I typed in financial law affidavit, Florida, right? It takes me to Florida courts. Here's the form number. I was with Kathy yesterday. We were looking up form numbers. She's like, it doesn't have a form number. I was like, it's not a government agency. We were up to some shenanigans. But this one is a government form, so it has a form number. There's a PDF. Mind you, this is a public site. This is not anything fancy. I didn't have to log in. It takes me right to it after a simple Google search. Click on that. It gives me, can you guys see that large enough? Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. It gives me instructions. When should this form be used? Instructions for Florida Family Law Rules of Procedures, Form 12.902C, Family Law Financial Affidavit, long form. Tells you when it should be used. We know it's the 50,000. Oh, hers is 50,000 or less, but this is just from my quick search. So you scroll through there, has all of this information. Then look at that. This is 50,000 or more. She needs 50,000 or less, but that was like a 2-second search I did. So we'll go back, but it has it right here. So she can talk to Nicole, she can talk to Peter over the phone, and they can read these out. They can even send this via tablet so she can write it out. We know she has paper and pen because she penned the letter we just read. Write it all out. She can call them and provide all of this information. So let me see if I can find the form number, because we'll look at Brian's form. If you're like, how would she get the form number, Tanika? Oh, I got you. Hold on. Where is she? Boone. Let's go back to my room. No. Oh my God, Depeche Mode. Was that Depeche Mode? High school. Good Lord. Anybody remember Depeche Mode? Some of you guys should. We're in the same age group, a lot of us. So I guess it just depends on if you're into that music. Give me 2 shakes. I'm looking for Brian's form. Oh, interesting. He did fill out. Oh, let me show you really fast. He did fill out. It says 50,000 or more individual gross income. Oh, but he's got the 60 to 80. At any rate, even if she filled out that one, it would be better than nothing. But let me go back. We'll go back to our Google search, and we'll say long form under 50,000 and see if we get anything. No, that says 50,000 or more. Here we go. Can you guys see that? Gross income is under 50,000 or more. Come on. Google me, baby. There we go. When should it be used? Under 50. Now I have several PDF editors installed on my machine, so that's why it would let me fill it out, right? Like I can just put it here, but it only is a couple bucks. Like Peter and Nicole could get one, so you would put that in there, put in her full legal name, and then just print that bad boy out. You can edit it, download it, save it for later, print it. When I say her letter is dry begging, that is why it's dry begging, because she has the means, the motive, not, but the ability to have one of her friends go online and print this out. You don't need to call the clerk of courts. You don't need the clerk of courts to get back to you. You don't need to talk to the DOC, anybody in the DOC about it, right? It is a PDF available online that one of your flying monkeys can pull up. And surely if I can do it, the grain of sand on the beach, your exalted friends are able to do it, Sarah, and just populate the information. Then you don't have to have this whole dry, beggy, flowery motion to understand. Because honestly, nobody's going to understand your predicament until you understand your predicament, because we see it for what it is. You are a murderer. And so when you are convicted, you lose certain rights. That's just the way it is. No matter, I know, Peter, you were like, oh, no matter what she did, she still has a right to. No, she doesn't. She lost those rights. Just like she can't vote anymore. She lost those rights of a regular citizen because she doesn't belong with the regular citizens. She unalived a man who thought he was in love with her, who she swore love for, seemingly because he was watching porn and talking to other women. If that is a reason to be murdered, there's a lot of people on a list at this point. So yeah, I just was like, it was, I don't know. It just struck me the motion to understand. Like, is she serious? She needs to understand. Can she file a motion with herself on how to understand? Between her and Lori Daybell, like with her, oh, I'm sick. I'm gonna, like, she's got people booking flights. She's got her victim coming down to the courthouse waiting for her, and it's all about her. For Sarah, it's all about Sarah. If it's not easy for her, if it takes an extra hoop to jump through, she can't do it. She needs you to understand, and she needs to make a big fuss about why she can't do it and how she talked to 6 people at the DOC. And would you believe they won't change the rules for her? Do they know who she is? Judge, I need you to understand. I'm used to people changing rules for me, and it's not happening. So I need more time. Oh my. Speaking of which, today Lori's meant to be in court. We should take odds on if she's... I think the judge is going to make her go forward, but that's a different video for a different time. I'm over these ladies, though. Like, oh my God. I am so over them. Both of them certainly born with more privilege than I ever dreamed of, and couldn't figure it the fuck out. I don't get it. I do not get it. So anyway, there it is. There is my response to Sarah. And I probably should have laughed more during this, but there's something, it just chaps my hide. Like, girl, get it all the way together. And all of this so you can try and steal money from your son's household. I've got more, but I don't want this to be too long, so I'll do it in a separate video. But she actually puts in a document that based on information that her son gave her, she knows that Brian is lying. That is not going to bode well with the judge, that you're getting information about your ex-husband from your son, and she doesn't even realize it. And she's writing all these letters, and it's like she's Sybil. They each have different personalities. Like the same person is not reading them. Do you know? Like the judge is reading your dry begging, and then your accusatory, and then your demanding. Like you're very transparent in who you are, even though in this one you're begging. This was probably the first one, right? That you're begging. And then as she continues to write, her true self comes out. But the fact that she thinks that rules should be broken for her, that exceptions should be made for her when she is a common criminal who has lost her rights is just, I'm gobsmacked. I really am. Balls of a burglar until the end. Let me know what you guys think. I can't believe, but in a way, I'm glad that the flying monkeys are not, well, when I first read this, that they weren't helping her, but there's more. There's some typed motions in here. I thought maybe Peter had gotten hip to the game and was like, we advocate for victims over here at Developing Creative. We're not going to be a part of that, but there's more to come. I'll talk to you in the comments. Toodles.